Alright, so we have a bit of a different video for you today. You've seen my incredible gameplay and how pogged I am at the game at basically all hours of the day. However, one of my really good friends, Testo, who is... Okay, now let me break this down here because it's hard for me to keep up with his rank all the time. So he's Grandmaster on one server, Master on another, and Diamond 1 on another. But he has an initiative on his stream where if you put a bunch of channel points in, he will do a build of your choice, and one of my viewers happened to request mathematically correct Pantheon. And as we all know, I am a massive, gigantic fan of such a build. So we're going to be looking today at how a Grandmaster player would operate under mathematically correct Pantheon. We've linked to Testo stream down below if you want to go check it out. He is a filthy Gangplank main. You've probably seen him on the channel. He carries me a lot in a lot of the games. Whenever I have like a particularly bad idea that I'm like, this is not going to work, I always call in the maniac himself to shield me from the realities of the real world. And it works a lot of the time. Although he is a horrible person and steals all of my kills. So he is like one of my best friends, but also I hate him. Which I'm sure if you can relate with your best friends as well. But regardless, I honestly, God, I don't think, like, it's Pantheon, so I'll be honest, I'm struggling to think of a way that he's going to be playing this particularly different. But dude, there's been so many people, and I have to say shoutouts, I had no idea that this would be a build that resonated so strong. Dude, I mean, I swear to God, he lived. Okay, I swear to God that people become stupider when they play against Testo. Every time I play, I'm like, why can I not have that lane opponent? Because he's like legitimately like no idea what he's doing. Okay, he's diving, level 1, level 2. I had no idea that this build would resonate with the community like as hard as it did, because like all I've had for the last like month or so has been people sending me Twitter screenshots being like, yo, I tried this and it was a lot of fun. People coming into my stream being like, yo, I tried this, thank you for the LP that you received. And like the thing is, it's not like the actual, it's mathematically a lot of damage, right? I mean, like, it's a really fun build. I don't know necessarily if it is the most viable thing you've ever seen in your life, but I think like the main thing is it's a build that can work, but it also is like tremendous fun to play into. And there's a lot of like little bits of like skill expression you can do with Prowler COD tech onto minions to get through the minions to make your W a little bit longer. Even crazier, you know what? Like there's is he really going for it? Flash W. Oh my God! Why do people do this? Why do people do this, dude? The guy that sent me the builds called Deep League, he actually ended up making his own YouTube channel to do basically exactly what he did with Pantheon, but with other champions as well. So, in fact, I'm almost convinced that Deep League is going to watch this video. So if you're watching this, hey Matt, how you doing? Welcome. And also, you should most certainly leave some suggestions for him down in the comment section for which a mathematically correct build to do next. Listen, I'm not the mathematician, I'm not a statistician, but I'm almost convinced that he will absolutely take popular demand. This is somebody who is not below peer pressure. I'm not saying bully him into doing whatever champion you want, but I'm just saying, if you were to cyberbully him into doing like a mathematically correct build that you want, it would probably work with enough people. So yeah, a refresh on the build. If you're not familiar with mathematically correct Pantheon, if you aren't, you need to get on board immediately. But regardless, the build is Prowler's Claw first item, Essence Reaver. We changed up the build a little bit. I got an email from Matt afterwards being like, I've actually changed this build. So it's Blade Room King 3rd, and then a lethality item such as Yumu's Ghostblade, or maybe Edge of Night or Umbral, probably Edge of Night or Ghostblade, and then finishing it off with a Lord Dominic's Regard for the like 35% penetration on it as well. What it basically is just like mega damage. You can even shred tanks, and you can do an unfathomable amount of damage to squishy players. Squishy players, because the Pantheon normal build is like Eclipse and then off tank items, Pantheon does damage, right? He does a solid amount of damage, but he's always like a little bit like, doesn't have as much potential as he does. This build will make you incredibly squishy, incredibly easy to kill and incredibly easy to catch at any given moment. But if somebody is stupid enough to underestimate you for even a fraction of a second, for instance, you know, maybe this Mundo, perhaps, then you can do a lot with this. As I say, like, I don't really know necessarily if it's, like, an actually optimal build. I think, like, going for the tanky Pantheon is probably ultimately, like, the maneuver you'd wish to go for. But I seriously adore the... I almost killed Fizz. I seriously adore the fact that there is other options out there for a champion like Pantheon, and that, like, we could spread it far and wide. I'm sure there's people who, you know, maybe are not necessarily so happy that they had a mathematically correct Pantheon on their team if they did badly, but I've heard a lot of success stories, and I'm super happy to hear about it. Testo's PC's chugging a little bit. What is this, my PC? Even without, like, a tremendous amount of items on it, like, early game damage with Sheen and a bit of AD. Right, here we go. Bear Stance comes out. Nice. I'm telling you, dude, if I was against this Fizz, I can't even imagine, like, how many backflips he dodge every single ability that I have. I know that, like, you know, he's Grandmaster. He's just, like, let's be real. He's just better at the game than I am, right? But all I'm saying is I play against a different caliber of human being, and they are not as good as the people that Testo plays against, but they try a lot harder. They try a lot. I'll be in a normal game sweating it against members of freaking SKT, or I guess T1 now, I suppose. And dear God, man, Testo will be in a game of Grandmaster. I'll be watching his stream when he's doing ranked, and I will be genuinely confused at what kind of creature he's actually playing into, man. So I don't know. I think potential for the kill here. There we go. Yumi left. Bop. There we go. Nice Xerath pick up there as well. Still got flashes. You want it in Fizz though. Alright, shut down. 3-1-3. Pretty solid. I think this is like a decent game. This is the only game that Testo did with Pantheon. But like, dude, Pantheon mid's pretty great. He's only been able to use one ulti to roam. But at the same time, dude, my favorite thing to do with Pantheon ulti is to get ganked with it and then use it at the last second to run away when I realize I can't win the 1v1. And fly to another lane. Back to safety, dude. Back to safety. Mathematically correct Pantheon is actually pretty fun. Like, whether I don't know, I can't remember whether or not he said it was good or not, but he certainly, I think that's like the main thing we do on this channel, dude. Like, and I think, like, if we can make a fun build vaguely popular, but not only is it fun, but it actually, like, works, then that says a lot about the build. Like, and I know he just got 2v1 there, but the fact, like, he was very close to getting either or both of them there, it says a lot, man. Fun builds are all we do here. It's very rarely that like, and that's not to say that it hasn't happened, right? But it's very cool when, like, one of the silly builds that we does, and it's happened, like, maybe, like, 3 or 4 times that a build that we've done on the channel ended up being in pro play. Like, the first one I can remember was Moneyman Cannon, and that was when Spell Thieves used to not require a teammate to be nearby, and you just went top lane and you just didn't take any CS, and all you did was just spam auto attacks onto the enemy melee top laner, and you just farm gold, you farm gold, and you farm gold. It went to pro play, and then it immediately got nerfed, but we did it first, and I'm proud of that. And then I think another one was when we did the full Freljord team where it was all slows. I remember a pro team did that as well, and I can't remember quite what it was. I mean, we did like Pantheon support long before anybody picked that up as support. I've been playing Pantheon support since like season 6, season 7. I used to run them with Draven, and I got plat like probably like 4 or 5 seasons ago, just off of like I just like 2 or 3 days it took. Nobody knew how to deal with it. A lane that was as aggressive as, okay, that's a weird alley. That was nobody knew how to deal with the aggression of a Pantheon and a Draven at the same time, and it was just absolutely beautiful. Okay, dude. Interesting damage. But like, I'm not saying that mathematically correct Pantheon's ever gonna end up in pro play. But like, you know what means more to me than pro play? Like, people playing it with their friends, people playing it like in 5-man stacks when people know, like, that is I absolutely adore the screenshots that we get. I absolutely freaking adore the people coming into stream being like, thank you for the LP. I never suggest that like any of the builds I do or any of the challenges I do ever be done in an actual ranked game, but it's always nice when like you know, a build actually speaks to someone's playstyle, because like I know for me, like I get very like binary with like sometimes with certain champions I play. I like to think I'm not that bad at itemizing against like who I'm playing into, but at the same time, like sometimes if I'm playing like certain champions like Cassidy or something, I'll be like, okay, we go Everfrost, then we get our Seraphs, and then we go, you know, Witchbane or Rabadons or whatever. I can't remember what the build is. We just go X, Y, Z. These are the items. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's all we build. We have our win condition, and it is hit level 16 with these items, and that's all I do. But I know it probably doesn't sound like that obvious when you say like, oh, lethality Pantheon, because like, you know, people probably do all the time. But like sometimes it's nice to like show people a play style that they might be missing out on, and maybe they don't really like Pantheon normally. Maybe they're like, I don't really like the tank in it, like I feel like I don't do enough damage, and I feel like that's Pantheon's only actual input to a game, or I don't like the way that he plays, because he just like, he seems like he's meant to just do things like that where he flash W's onto somebody, boom, immediately deletes him. But he's building a Sterax and a Guardian Angel, and I feel like I could be getting more damage out of the situation. And then you show them something like mathematically correct Pantheon, where you shred a Mundo from 100 HP down to 20%, and you almost one-shot him. And then all of a sudden, the gears start turning. People start thinking, hey, maybe this is actually my kind of thing. Maybe Pantheon actually is a cool champion. Maybe this is the way that I want to play him. Oh my god, we are hitting frames I could not even think possible. That's a nice little double. What are we now? 6 and 2. We've got ourselves the Prowler's Claw as well. And then I think third item's going to be Blade of the Rune King, which is going to be absolutely pogorific for dealing with Mundo, because we're going to get, with his Empower W, you immediately get that proc off of Blade of the Rune King, going to shred his HP. We got a Grand Starfall as well. Well, wait. Oh, Mundo got a pick on mid. Dude. I think this is pre-Mundo nerf, by the way. So I want you to keep that in mind. Because I think Mundo's suffered. He's been going through it, if I recall. Like, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I'm pretty sure Mundo has been going through it. Like, I've heard people saying that he's been kicked out of the jungle a little bit. He went for MF instead of Twitch. Instead of Fizz, sorry. Okay, this is maybe a little bit of a misplay. The whole squad. Listen, Grandmasters make mistakes too, dude. I am paying attention to the game, but I'm just kind of gushing over like the... Sometimes like you post a video and you think it's not going to do that well, and then it takes on a whole life of its own, as far as like it resonates with people for whatever reason. And honestly, maybe it's because like, I think if people were to like name a champion like who does Ross main, it is by far the champion I've played the most in this game is Pantheon. Granted, that's mostly old Pantheon. I don't think that would be necessarily so true these days if you compare old Pantheon, if you say is new Pantheon or old Pantheon. But like, certainly, I've played a lot of the Thon in my days. I still like love whipping him out in normals. He's like an incredibly fun champion. Good thing about this build as well, by the way, is he absolutely demolishes towers. Like if he's left alone, like he's just clobbering towers as well. If you juggle in Qs as well, you get the Spellblade like Sheen proc as well, which does even more damage to the tower. So like he's left on a tower for 15 seconds and it's already gone. And I'm pretty sure you can actually fight this Mundo as well. Is he gonna fight? Dude, I mean, it's kind of tempting. Prowler Cog goes down there. There you go. There's most of your HP gone. Boom. Auto attack dead. Ulti out. Ollie on? Oh, dude. He wanted to fight him, but missed Orchard ran. Like, I'd be interested to know the opinion of, like, some high reload actual Pantheon mains, like Keegan or something like that. I can't think of a tremendous amount of other... is it Spear Shot, I think, is another one who's another Pantheon main. I can't remember what his name is. There's not too many like high elo challenger like Pantheon mains. Granted, I'm pretty sure I know what they'd say, that they would never run it in a game, and in their wildest dreams, they would never run it in an actual competitive game. But, like, from a fun perspective, I'd be interested to see, like, do you think this build's fun? Like, would you suggest this to casual Pantheon players to play? If they would actually think, yeah, it's a solid build that I think it fulfills the champion's, like, power fantasy a lot. Like, you want this, like he's a Spartan. Spartans never retreat. They always just push forward. And, like, this is a build where you cannot afford to run away. You have to be committed to the fights. You have to be, like, committed to taking people down and dishing out as much lefts and rights as you possibly can. Like, the only Pantheon content I've seen recently was like a guide channel that was like, here's the new mana moon on Pantheon, and then it was like a challenger player who in the video was like, I've never played Pantheon before, and I OP.GG'd the game and it was in silver, and the guy did okay. But he'd played 6 games to get that recording in silver when he was like challenger, and he was very much like, yeah, I don't really know how to play Pantheon. And all the comments were, this guide is not nearly mathematical enough. It's not mathematical enough. He's like 1 item off full build. He's actually going for War Doms first instead of Ghostblade or Edge of Night. I honestly feel like, I don't really know which one I would prefer. I'd say probably like Edge of Night is not necessarily what you want to go for. It's too easy to proc off of a lot of their stuff. There isn't really any like big longer range stuns or longer range abilities that he necessarily wants to block off here. Like Fizz ulti, Chum the Waters would be nice to try and spell shield, but at the same time, like I think like Ghostblade is gonna be, I think it might be what he goes for, but I think it's probably like the better shout as well. But CSing is a dream on this. You're gonna have no problems. Doing damage is a dream. Your only problem is really gonna be staying alive. But even then, like with a solid team, if you're playing a mid lane and you have like a more off tanky or top, like you're definitely like, you're basically like an assassin. You're like Zed, but you can mitigate damage, and you're very much like, I'll be honest, I'm not a big fan of Zed, dude. I mean, like, one-shotting the Misfortune without any problems there. I think he's gonna drop, though. But he's going for it. No, he's not. Hold on a minute. That was close. That was close. This is gonna sound incredibly big-headed because I've definitely not played enough of it. But I don't think I've actually lost a game on mathematically correct Pantheon, which is crazy. Alright, hold on. They're pushing mid. Look at this damage. Like, look at this tower damage. They've got 3 or 4 mid. They are hard, like, they're hard forcing it. They're getting backed off as well from blue side. Right, you're gonna just watch Pantheon do his thing. If he's left alone, he's also got the get out of jail free card. If they back, he can literally just all the way away. Boom. He likes 7 shots a tower. It's basically like playing Veigar, man. A little bit extra attack speed. As far as like tower damage is concerned, you've all seen how Veigar smashes a freaking tower. Alright, he's getting chased down by Mundo and Yuumi. But like, he's got the ulti. Like, they've got like not a lot of CC. Like, Yuumi is incredibly low on the mana front here. He's going for the fight, dude. It's looking alright. Ignite down though as well. Yeah, I don't think he wants to fight. This needs to get out. Alright, ulti. Okay. The best part about playing Pantheon, dude. Is that 2 or 3 2 towers and inhib and then runs? Okay, dude, Darius is still running him down. He's coming under tower. He's okay, he might be dumb. If you have flash up and you're kind of later down the line in the build, even with like shield bow, you can delete squishies, and it is. Alright, I think Testo's actually going for like Sanguine Blade here. I mean, honestly, there's multiple options you can go for here. You can go for something that builds out of, like, if you need healing, which this team for sure do. Executioner's item would be lovely. Chain Punk Sword, dude, that's what you're looking for, maybe. Or if he's looking to split push, Sanguine Blade. If he's looking to roam, Ghostblade. If he's looking to just skirmish and get picks, Collectors, totally whatever. It's crazy, like, this build actually does have some itemization in it if you choose to look for it. As much as Pantheon is, like, a point-and-click character for the most part, like, he has, like, a little bit of versatility in what he can build. Especially with, like, such a low cooldown Q. An Essence Reaver giving you so much mana back for your Qs, where, like, you actually gain mana from queuing something and auto-attacking, which is absolutely crazy. There we go. That's it, dude. You 180 carry, come walking. They come stepping, they're gonna catch the hands. Oh, right onto the Mundo. He's bricked him though! I'm telling you, dude. Testo just said, I do shot 2 people back to back. Oh my god. There isn't a tremendous amount of lifesteal on this, I'll admit. Although, to be fair, Sanguine could probably solve that problem. He just said mathematically correct Pantheon is pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty fun. You could tell me what you think about that, dude. One-shotting Misfortune or Fizz. Oh, sorry, I need to pump up the volume right now. 1 second, hold on.
You get my seal of approval. It's pretty fun.
You get my seal of approval. It's pretty fun. Grandmaster League of Legends player, approved build. You heard it here first, dude. Or you might have seen it on Testo's channel actually, if you watched it live. All right. Honestly, dude, he didn't even have that crazy a game. He didn't expect it to just one-shot the Mundo, but that is really what you can do. It doesn't matter really how tanky you are, how much HP you have. Your empowered W with like 3 freaking light speed auto attacks is so juicy. It's unbelievable. 16 and 5. Solid game, to be fair. A solid game. Thank you so much for watching this video. As I say, Testo's link will be down in the description. Thank you very much for him playing a game. He's just cutting about in normals, but like at the same time, man, that's what it's all about, dude. Playing some normals, having some fun. It's what we do here. It's what we love here. Stupid builds. Dude, honest to God, man, if you're playing with your 5-man and you got mid or top, whip it out, right? Whip it out and just see what your friends say. When you're like 11 and 1, we'll see what your friends are saying, okay? Have a fantastic day regardless, so thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to the channel as well. Please, please. I want to hit 1 million subs before Professor Akali, and he's already at like 900k, please. Oh my god. I'll see you all later.